Good afternoon. Welcome to Option Standards Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. July 22, 24. We're going to go through SPY on multiple time frames and then go around the horn on the 65. That's our typical process. We're getting the bounce that we talked about on Friday and Saturday. And I'll just kind of follow up on that situation. Not a whole lot has changed. And I'll kind of guide you through those scenarios that we talked about there. And I do think we might get a little bit of a pullback from the Qs at this point. So I did put on a little bit of Q put protection on our bounce plays here. And yeah, so let's, we're doing this intraday. So if you're interested in getting these videos intraday, consider becoming a supporter. It's 99 cents. And if not, it comes out to the public at 4 p.m. So, all right, we have SPY in the monthly time frame, 2000 top, 2021 top, and we're testing that right now. We're oscillating around it. I do project that we'll have. I'm guessing that we'll have a nice doji reversal off of this trend line for the closing of the month. And we're getting near the end of the month, and we have some timing going into the 23rd, 24th, which is Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll see what kind of reactions we get there. We do have PMI on Wednesday, and then a lot of data, which could accelerate if we do get our reversal to the downside. We'll look for Thursday before the bell, GDP and jobless claims and such. So those are some catalysts to look out for. All right, so we have bearish divergence on the monthly time frame, weekly, daily, all the above. So it's a time to be cautious. If you're bullish on things, yes, I have a lot of bullish plays on this bounce for individual names to bounce and catch up. But we'll resume our selling quite soon here. And if you are new or you missed Friday's or Saturday's video, I'll post this up top or at the end. We're really looking towards it. Let me go down to the weekly so I can just point it out. I really explain what I think is really possible, is highly probable for our top happening right now, that's forming right now. I do believe it's going to be some sort of situation that's very similar to the 2021 top here. So 2021 going into 2022. So on the weekly time frame, we have our move up here. We have our touches on the top of this potential channel, and we're rejecting off of that. And I do see a bounce opportunity here. That's the 2000 trend line right there. Rejected off of it, now made it support. And so I do believe we're getting support on there right now. We're still in a bullish stance. So that's why I think we're kind of dancing around to make a top up here. And it's going to be fairly volatile. So we're looking for up moves. We're playing the bounce. We're going to look for reversal and such. Let's move. If you're new, this is what we've been looking for. That was our final target up here, going into the 561 zone. And now for the weekly time frame, you see that we're getting into, we have 721, which is over the weekend. We can get rid of that. That to me was the bounce, and that coincides with some lower time frame time price relationships. And now this week we're looking for 723. So, give or take a few days, but 723 in the weekly time frame, you're going to see that's going to coincide with some lower time frames here. So let's go down to the daily traditional technical analysis. We have our rising bearish wedge. We had a throw over onto that, and then a nice big gap down back underneath that wedge. Very bearish. And now I just think we had a nice big move into support, and now we're getting our bounce that we were talking about. We're having a little trouble here at the 8 EMA. That is a place to be cautious. So I do think we'll get a little bit of a reaction, maybe just a small gap down tomorrow. But this could possibly just get a squeeze out of this 20 simple moving average that we're over, and the 8. And technically the 8 will be sideways. So I do think SPY is going to be slightly more bullish and retrace just a little bit higher. And then we'll look at those when we get to the lower time frame. But then I think the Qs are going to drag us down once again after this bounce is over. So looking at the time relationships on the fibs and Elliott waves, we're, again, here's the 721 that we talked about on the weekly time frame. We can get rid of that now. We had a low, so that's playing out nicely. And then we have 724 and a couple after that up to 726. So 724 is our next date there. Again, on the weekly 723, you got to give a day or two because that's a large time frame. And so we're looking into Tuesday and Wednesday for some sort of reversal. If we can continue this bounce, we're looking for a reversal into those days. Very simple. Let's move to the 65. Pretty quick video today, just a little maintenance. All right, on the 65-minute traditional technical analysis had a smaller rising wedge and broke down from that wedge. So all we're doing right now is we're back testing up to this zone that I have highlighted here into time relationship. So I have the time relationship up here at 723 and 724. And this box here is a 50-60% retracement, which is a back test of this wedge. And from there, I think we get lower prices going into FOMC. Now, just talking about a really small time frame here, but I do think that we're going to, I think this is a 5-wave move up. I was looking at the futures, and so I don't usually go through the futures on this channel, but if you guys request it, I'll be glad to go through futures. Also, just know that the videos are going to be a little bit longer if I do that. So there's a major trend line that the futures held, also with a relationship with symmetry here, time and price. Got our move, and this to me looks like an impulse wave up for a 1, or excuse me, an A. And we're looking for a zigzag, so some sort of pullback here, maybe a retest of the trend line, and then we'll look for one more impulse move to the upside. So we're looking for a zigzag, seeing how this is possibly an A. Excuse me, it's possibly a 1 impulse wave down and then a 2, or an A, B. But the whole point of me bringing you over to ES is just we're getting divergence here on this little move here. So just a little bit of divergence, making a high here, lower high, but making a higher high in price. And we get a phase sell signal here on the slow stoke. So I do think we reverse or possibly even gap down tomorrow. And then we'll buy again, we'll buy back into our move for a higher retracement. Now going around the horn. Looking at the Qs, same thing. We had that rising wedge here, and really the wedge can be expanded. We're at the bottom of it now, and I think that price possibly, and we're making a lower high right now with this initial move, which is a possible A, and then we'll form some sort of B, which to me looks like it's possibly a flat pattern. We're back into resistance, and it could get just a little bit lower than this low here, maybe down into 477 area, and that would drag the market down with it. So I do have the projection here, possible channel, and lower prices going into this, and possibly much lower. And that's the video I showed on Saturday. So Friday and Saturday are really important videos. Can this continue to go higher? Of course, but we're looking for possible head and shoulders action here going into the rest of the week with those catalysts. Let's go to the Not sure if we have an Elliott wave set up. Yeah. So again, reiterating what we're talking about Saturday, we have a 382 retracement above this 382 retracement, and we'll be considering this. We'll just count it just a little bit different. So if we get up to like the 50% or higher retracements, then we'll be looking for just counting this different as more of a correction, ABC correction, instead of the possible impulse move gaining momentum 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So either way, we're looking for a reversal to go to lower prices, but how high this retracement happens will determine how we end up counting this and how bearish will be on this. IWM, we talked about the fact that IWM and DIA were in bullish postures, and you had a lot of market structure here and had the impulse in our first retracement here. So it's possible this is the top, but maybe we just need to retrace a little bit, and with Qs lightening up a little bit, that can help the market move up higher. But if this continues to move higher, then that's going to drag the market up, while the Qs continue their sideways move and until they really want to move down. But DIA is same thing. Same thing coming back to this trend line here, consolidating above it. So we did a video on some Dow components that were long on going into the rest of the week. And so this, just with the retracement here, whether it's going to go higher or not, we're looking for bounce plays with a few individual names. So that's for members. I think members are, I don't know, $3, $5 a month, something like that, if you're interested. So that's pretty much what we got there. Let's just check out the VIX. The VIX, we talked about losing some support here and reversing. We had that hammer type candle, and we gapped down, continuing the move higher. So if this looks like a sort of impulse move here, so kind of like a zigzag is what we're looking for. So maybe VIX bounces and the market gaps down a bit, and then the VIX can start to correct even lower, possibly even to this gap area here. And if it closes the gap or holds the gap, either way, we'll be looking for higher prices at that point. It does appear that this structure is not complete either, so that's a fair game to where it comes down, tests these zones, and still has one more high to make above this high, okay? And that would send the market lower, and possibly much lower, like we talked about on Friday and Saturday. So check those videos out. This is what we got. Looking for the bounce to continue into tomorrow. We'll see if we get our reversal on Wednesday, going into Wednesday, and at the latest Thursday. All right. Thanks for joining us here at Options Tender. Don't forget to like the video. We'll talk to you in the next one.